1. Law and Diplomacy on South China Sea. GS Paper 2. Effect of Policies and Politics of Developed and Developing Countries on India's Interests. What is the context about? As expected, Beijing lost no time in rejecting the unanimous ruling of an international tribunal at The Hague that China has no legal basis for much of its claims on the South China Sea. The white paper asserted that China had claims over the South China Sea for 2,000 years and the Philippines, which had filed the petition, was occupying Chinese territory. China has rejected United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, principles in its claims against the Philippines. Meanwhile, it is invoking the same convention's provisions in its claims against Japan, regarding the disputes surrounding the fuel-rich Senkaku Islands. What will be the U.S. moves with respect to these developments? The U.S. signed the UNCLOS agreement in 1994 and now recognizes the convention as general international law, but has not ratified it at this time. Now, if China decides to withdraw from UNCLOS, Washington may now have to reconsider ratifying the convention. Thus, it will be a major setback for China in global rules-based order. Why should U.S. join UNCLOS? The U.S. has repeatedly emphasized that territorial SCS disputes should be addressed multilaterally. Without joining UNCLOS, it will be impossible to bring multilateral resolution of maritime disputes. Ratifying UNCLOS will allow us to participate in and help shape dispute resolution mechanisms like the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea. How will be the diplomacy of China in near future? The setback at The Hague comes at a critical juncture in China's bid to bolster its global economic status. This relates to its long-standing ambition to be accorded recognition as a market economy under the World Trade Organization. As the 2016 deadline looms, China insists the upgrade is automatic as per WTO rules. The European Parliament thinks otherwise, and voted overwhelmingly in a non-binding resolution in May to delay a decision. Currently, Brussels levies anti-dumping tariffs on imports from Beijing to mitigate the effects of supposedly unfairly low prices on a range of commodities. Against this backdrop, the Chinese leadership is unlikely to allow itself any distraction in the form of a long-drawn confrontation in its backyard, with its adverse diplomatic fallout. Instead, Beijing is more likely to rally support to its cause for increased trade,